All right, so for today's hard level SAT English question, we have a cross-text connections question. It says in 1916, Sykes disputed claims that The Two Noble Kinsmen was co-authored by William Shakespeare and John Fletcher. Sykes felt Fletcher's contributions to the play were obvious. Fletcher had a distinct style in his other plays, so much so that lines with that style were considered sufficient evidence of Fletcher's authorship. But for lines not deemed to be by Fletcher, Sykes felt that their depiction of women indicated that their author was not Shakespeare, but actually this guy named Philip Massinger. I butchered that. All right, text 2 says scholars have accepted The Two Noble Kinsmen as co-authored by Shakespeare since the 1970s. So this takes a very different approach to text 1. They obviously don't agree there. It appears in all major one-volume editions of Shakespeare's complete works. Those scholars disagree about who wrote what exactly. It is generally held that on the basis of style, Shakespeare wrote all of the first act. So Shakespeare wrote all of the first act and most of the last, while John Fletcher authored most of the middle 3 acts. Okay, so here's the question. It says, based on the texts, both Sykes in text 1 and the scholars in text 2 would most likely agree with which statement? All right, so pause the video and try and solve the problem on your own. So I'm going to immediately eliminate a couple answers. First off, we're going to eliminate answer choice D. Why? Well, because this guy, Philip Massinger's actual involvement is never mentioned specifically for the first or last acts, okay? The only time that he's actually mentioned is for the depiction of women, right? So the indication of the style was not actually Shakespeare, but actually this guy named Philip. The next answer choice I'm going to cross out is letter C, okay? So it says The Two Noble Kinsmen belong in a one-volume compilations of Shakespeare's complete plays. So here's the thing. Sykes actually disputes, right? We talked about it before. In text 1, Sykes actually disagrees with text 2 about Shakespeare's involvement for The Two Noble Kinsmen, right? So in text 2, it says it appears in all major one-volume editions of Shakespeare's complete works. So that's like a consensus in the 1970s, right? But back here in 1916, this guy Sykes, he disputes claims that The Two Noble Kinsmen was co-authored by William Shakespeare. So if Sykes doesn't think that Shakespeare, co-authored it, why would he believe that it deserves to be in a all major one-volume edition of Shakespeare's complete works? It wouldn't be his complete works if he didn't even co-author it, right? All right, the next answer choice we're crossing out is B, okay? Well, why? Well, because there's no comparison that is made between Fletcher's and Massinger's woman characters, okay? So there's nothing here. It only says that depictions of women would have been B because of Massinger. Just does not go into detail about the actual specific styles. It just says that the style is more of Philip Massinger's than the other guy. That leaves us with the correct answer of A. John Fletcher's writing has a unique, readily identifiable style. And why is that? Well, in text 1, we can see here that it is explicitly said that, where is it? It says Fletcher has a distinct style, right? So John Fletcher's style has a unique, readily identifiable style. Yes, it literally says he has a distinct style right here. And in text 2 at the bottom, we can see that they're able to differentiate who wrote what parts of the act, right? Shakespeare wrote all of the first act and most of the last. And because of John Fletcher's unique style, they're able to tell that, this guy probably wrote most of the middle 3 acts. So that does it for the video. If you want more videos just like this, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.